Well, happy Monday and welcome back to our breakdown with Tyvis, Powell. And Tyvis, Ohio State gets a dominant win over Penn State. They did not hold back on the scoreboard. I don't know if you saw. They went Jim Knowles, Matt Patricia, And it seemed that people were more excited for Matt Patricia. Maybe that's because, yeah.
Shocker.
It's just very surprising. Maybe that's because the Buckeyes have the #1 defense. Your biggest takeaway from Ohio State's win over Penn State?
It should be coaching malpractice that Jim Knowles sat in this building last year and seen Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith and what they did and thought to himself, the best way to beat the Buckeyes is to leave my corners in man-to-man. That just, I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe that he left him out there to keep going one-on-one with these guys. And Ohio State obviously did a really good job of making those guys pay. I tell you what, one thing I do respect about Jim Knowles is that he is going to run his defense no matter what the circumstances are, and it kind of cost him in this situation.
You can't respect that, Tyvis. That's a bad thing.
He did what it's his defense. He's going to run. I think he believed that he could get pressure with those D linemen that he has. They got some good talent over there.
They do.
And he believed that he may have drew something up that could actually work, that was going to, confuse our offensive line and get to Julian Sayin. It didn't. And, yeah.
It did, and it continued to not work. I mean, that was one of the first games I can remember. You know how, everybody, you're playing bad, and you're like, well, I could run 4 verts every play and be okay. Yeah. Ohio State could literally have run that scheme against that defense. That was ridiculous.
You wasn't in the first half. You wasn't, a little worried, nervous?
No, because I am still in the what's the way to put this? I'm still in the state that I know. Ohio State has done one thing this year that I think if you're looking for a championship team, go out there and look at all the games. When a team needs a drive, if they go down and score a touchdown on that drive, then they are a championship caliber team. Mm-hmm. And Ohio State has continued to do that this season.
I thought you were going to say they covered the spread.
Well, great teams. Good teams win. Great teams cover. But no, every time that they've been backed into a corner.
Yeah.
Okay, they fumble the football. They go down and score. You go into the locker room. I'm sure it was a lovely locker room. Ryan Day said it felt like they were losing by 2 scores. You come back out and you immediately score.
Yeah.
Anytime this season when Washington had them for a second, even Texas, they had an answer, although that game they were still getting their feet under them. Anytime the Buckeyes have had just an inch of their back against the wall, Illinois went down, scored a touchdown. It kind of got uneasy. I was saying we were right down to what they need to do.
I think that it just speaks volumes to the fact that we have some of the best in-game adjustments I've ever seen. And it's always been like that. The thing about why I never worried about Ohio State, because we get to halftime and you talk to fans and they say, what do you think? And I would always say Ohio State is one of the best second-half teams ever. It always has been that way. And when you add a Matt Patricia, a great mind like that, I talked to him last week for the Big Ten, and he was talking about, because I needed to get to the bottom of the wooden pencil thing on the laminated sheet. He was telling me he actually got sticky notes.
So he can write.
So he write on the sticky note. So it's not him writing on a laminated. He write. So I got to but he's making his adjustments. He's writing down what they're doing and making the adjustments. So when you get to halftime, when you get to talk to a guy like that, and he explains, all right, this is what we're doing. This is how we're gonna change things up. They draw it up on that whiteboard, and then you see the second half. There's absolutely nothing happening. I think the only thing that happened in this game that really was okay, was that run play that Penn State ran. They ran it 3 times, and I think they eventually end up scoring a touchdown on the play. Now that's a great play drawn up by them, because you bringing in 2 extra linemen, and then you taking all your receivers out and putting tight ends in. So at some point it's a run, and I think that we just got to do a better job of hitting our gaps and not getting out leveraged, because it creates so many different lanes for a running back to hit through, and all you have to do is it takes one person to misfit it or go underneath that block. Once that happens, that creates the seam that the running back need, and they did a great job of getting them.
Well, I talked to Matt Patricia after the game, and he kind of said he was happy, if you will, that they scored those touchdowns, because now there's nothing better as a coach than getting a dominant win, giving up. At one point in the second half, they had 1 yard of total offense before on that final drive, before they finally moved down the field. And then you get to walk in and you get to say, look what we did wrong. That's what you want. I mean, this year they haven't had that.
Well, and it keeps the players hungry and keeps them humble. You know, every now and again, you need a slice of humble pie. And I guess that defense got that. I mean, so everybody's been telling them, oh, this is the greatest defense ever. You're giving up 5.9 points per game, 4 touchdowns on the season. So you walk in there sometimes and be like, yeah, Coach Patricia can't tell me nothing no more. We here. And then, boom, you get hit for 2 touchdowns, boom, boom, back to back. And it's like, okay, let's lock in. So maybe it is great from that standpoint because it shows, okay, our back is against the wall a little bit. Not really, but it's against the wall. We need to do something to make a stop. And you see those guys respond in that second half.
All right, we've all watched a million football games, but very few have had the opportunity to be in the locker room at halftime. What does that look like? Take me in.
A locker room at halftime?
Yeah, well,
are we winning or losing?
Okay, I was going to say.
That's a very interesting statement. Are we winning or losing?
Ryan Day said felt like they were down 2 touchdowns.
So losing.
So we'll say they're losing, but they're actually up 3. What's that mindset in the locker room? What's going on in there for those 15 minutes?
Okay, so honestly, it goes off of how the first half is going, all right? Because I can tell you when we played Alabama in that Sugar Bowl in 2014, 2015, whenever that was, I can tell you that going into that locker room, it was a bunch of positivity. We were down, but it was positive because it's like, oh, yeah, we could definitely win this game. Like, we right there, we could win this game. So I think when you look at last week against Penn State, what they probably walked in there, the defense, they probably was like, we gotta pick this up, y'all. What are we doing? It's one of those things. And then, Coach P gets up on the board, draws things up. He said, he's probably like, this is simple, guys. This is all that they're doing. All they're doing is boom, 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 and this is how we're going to change it. When we see this in the second half, we need to be ready for this. So you see the adjustments, you see the plays that was the most successful plays for them. They show you how to stop it. And then what the little bonus nugget that they give you is this play, when they ran it, it was wide open. So you better believe that they coming back to it because it's somebody that's in the booth for them that's seen it like, oh, my gosh, the guy's wide open. We didn't throw it or we missed it. They're going to come back to it. So they put you on alert for when you see this play to know what's about to happen. So that's why when you go out in the second half, because the first half, offensive coordinator is going to show you their whole entire hand. This is what we're doing today. This is how we're attacking your defense. Can you stop it? When you get out of halftime, you already seen it. You know what's going to happen. Your defensive coordinator has taught you what you're going to do, and you go out there and you fix it.
You eating any food at halftime?
I was not a big eater at halftime, but the options are you can get you a brown cinnamon sugar Pop-Tart. Those was a fan favorite. Ooh. You can get one of them, what's the PB&J's called? Uncrustables. You get you an Uncrustable. That's right. Or you can get you a little orange peel.
I think orange peel.
Or you can get like some of them Gatorade chew things.
Yeah, you got to go with the Uncrustable.
Yeah, well, I wasn't a big eater. If I was going to get anything, I would get the orange peel.
Okay.
Get you a little vitamin C in there. Get you fired up, ready to go.
Maybe a Diet Coke and
ain't nobody drinking no Coke.
All right, so now they're on to Purdue, and with going on to Purdue, I don't have to tell Buckeye fans this. It's weird. It's just weird. Every time you go to Purdue, it's strange, and now it's even strange because it's a 1:00 kickoff. Whatever that is.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about.
Because they're trying to make it strange. And so how in the world do the Buckeyes go up there and deal with this vibe that is West Lafayette?
So I think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, what you're saying to yourself is we didn't have a dominant performance. We need to get another dominant performance. We need to circle a goose egg. We need to walk out of there giving up 0 points. Ryan Brown is a decent quarterback. He's figuring some things out. He's going to try to extend plays. He can make some plays if you let him, but he will throw you the ball as well. One thing that our secondary needs to improve on is getting their hands on that football and catching it. So this is a game for them. They got 2 receivers that I respect. When I scouted them a couple of weeks ago, it was Michael Jackson III and Nitro Tuggle. Those 2 guys are actually really good players. Like Michael Jackson is the guy that they're going to dink and dunk to, and he's going to get the ball in his hands. He can get up the field. He's going to get him in the red zone. Nitro Tuggle is the guy that can actually put it in the end zone. So I think Mike Jackson got 1 touchdown and Nitro Tuggle got 4 on the season. So those are 2 guys that our secondary has to be worried about. Not worried about, but be on high alert to be able to make some plays. Devin Maccabee has been there since the beginning of the time. He's having an up and down season. I mean, he's a guy that you can hand the ball to, also feature him in the passing game. Think it'll be a good test for our linebackers, but I don't doubt that our linebackers shut that down. On the offensive side of the ball, you can continue to run that ball. I think that you come out in this game and establish yourself that we can run the ball. Bo Jackson is itching. He's itching to break that long run.
So close.
I thought he had it last game, but they caught him. I'm waiting to see Bo Jackson hit that oval field and take it all the way to the house. Let's create some scenes for him to do that. I think they're going to do everything they can to try to stop those wide receivers, which is great because Max Claire's back in town. And every time we go, if it's a game that's meaningful to a player, Ryan Day and Brian Hartline do a great job of featuring that guy. I think about last year, Wrigley game against Northwestern, Cardinal Tate had a huge game because he's from Chicago. Let's let Max Claire eat. Let's show him why he decided to leave Purdue and be a Buckeye.
All right, Tyvis, as we wrap up here, I'm going to give you another opportunity. It was
Caleb Down he targeted.
Okay, well that is
Yes.
I think we can all agree.
Yeah,
on
it was targeted.
Got away with one. You know what? It's only fair. Ohio State has had 85 targeting calls not go their way.
Yeah?
It seems like that's how every target is. So I guess they got one back. But I'm going to give you an opportunity here. We got in an argument, and I apologize. A couple weeks ago, you were big on this Ty Simpson, Alabama Heisman train. You were wrong. And so
was I?
Yeah, I'm going to give you the opportunity to get on the Julian Sayin train. We have room. Do you agree that Julian Sayin is the front runner for the Heisman?
Absolutely.
All right.
100% I agree that he's the front runner. I wouldn't say it's in the bag. I think that Fernando Mendoza and Ty Simpson have a case for it. He has to finish the season, and ultimately it's going to come down to the last game of the season. He has to do well in the last game of the season. If he does that, you can write his name on it right now. He's getting it. But if he trips up and if things go the same way they went for the past 3-4 years, then I think you leave the door open for Fernando Mendoza or Ty Simpson.
I will say, and we were having a little fun there, but it does feel like, and Ty Simpson is a great quarterback, but it does feel like Mendoza and Sayin are on a collision course. And as long as Ohio State takes care of business and Sayin, I mean, that's been the hurdle the last few years when it comes to the Heisman is that you get to that Michigan game and then it kind of, you get written off because it doesn't go well.
Right.
But it feels like Ty Simpson almost is on the outside looking in because of that Big Ten championship game. Do you agree that people are just going to watch that game?
Well, I think the award has to be in before the Big Ten championship. It's a regular season award.
That's right.
So therefore, that doesn't hold any weight. But I think that when you look at what Alabama has left, I mean, is the Iron Bowl going to be the Iron Bowl? They just fired Hugh Freeze. So like,
now, are you sure about that?
what?
Are you sure about it? It's got to be in the week before?
What, the award?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they handed it out the week after.
Yeah.
Maybe
It's a regular season award.
Wow. Tyvis, I think I've said that at least 4 times in the last
I'm pretty
week.
sure that it's a regular season award.
I trust you. It is a regular season award. I mean, if they were going to do the Heisman the right way, they would hand it out in February. Let the whole thing, because you know who would have won the Heisman last year if they handed it out in February?
Will Howard.
Well, probably Jeremiah Smith.
That too.
And people like Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah,
He's pretty good.
Well, do you think Quinshon should have won offense MVP of the national
He
championship?
had 3 touchdowns.
Okay. I just wanted to see. I agree with you. I agree.
All right. You just seem like you want
I'm
to
still
get
mad about the Fiesta Bowl, me not getting defense MVP for the Fiesta Bowl.
You have the MVP.
They gave it to Eli, and I'm still mad about it.
You have the MVP.
That's another story. That's another story for another time.
You have the MVP from the national.
I wanted the Fiesta Bowl MVP too.
The fact
Adam,
that
I played.
What did you even do in the national championship? I
had a game high of tackles and I had a PBU.
A PBU.
Yeah, 1 PBU. That I was actually nervous about. So if you go back and watch that game, any DB that made a play got a flag for PI. So when I did it, I actually made contact with the guy. So when I did it, I didn't even get up and celebrate. I got up and looked around.
Amazing.
And I'm waiting on it. Nobody said nothing. All right, now let's celebrate.
My favorite thing to have a little fun with is the Alabama interception where you refuse to go down.
Yeah, that's what I wish. If I could go back in time, the only thing that I would change about that interception is I got it and I went to the right. I should have went left. Why go left, you ask? Well, because after I got the pick, my team just said the game was over.
It was. So if you go down.
Listen, they stormed the field. They already was on the field. So I should have ran through them get out the way, y'all. Throw a block. Get out the way. Now, it wouldn't have counted, but I would have scored. And when I scored, that was the best part. I was going to boot that ball out the stands. That's what I was going to do, but unfortunately, I went to the right. And my teammates didn't block. Vaughn clearly, Vaughn just sat there and just let the tight end just run past him. He didn't put a hand out. No, the only person that was there for me was Eli and Armani. That's it.
The game was
the game is over when I hit the ground.
The only way Ohio State loses that game is if you get peanut punched.
Do you think you don't trust me?
I didn't say that.
So my thought was, I'm going to run as far as I can. The moment I get touched, I'm going to go down. That was my thought. Because I thought they didn't care. Why would you care? You done threw a pick, the game's over. Why would you even care?
Do you have that football?
Yes.
Do you?
I still do.
That's cool.
I got that one and the team up north one.
That's Tyvis Powell saves the season.
That guy, yeah.
Yeah. All right. He'll be back next week getting you set for UCLA. Tyvis, thanks for stopping by.
No problem.